Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the log burning action group.
Supply ships bringing arms across the Mediterranean from Europe. In their path lay Malta.
Right. I said, you've got tons of wood. Right. What's
For one thing,
lighter.
it's so
Lighter.
to send submarines and aircraft out to attack Rommel's supply ships. It was brilliant in its role, and a nightmare for the Axis ambitions in North Africa. And so, Hitler and Mussolini besieged it,
Cornwall is fantastic
making the
for
most of
like
its overwhelming isolation.
fires. There's no open it up. There's no
Gibraltar,
fire letters in
miles
it.
to the west, and Alexandria, the same distance to the east, and all around it was enemy territory.
So I might have to. Not sure.
The siege had taken its toll. For years, Malta's suffering had been enormous,
Right.
even by wartime standards.
Right, your moving journey starts today. No, it doesn't. I ain't moving anywhere.
11 months of bombing,
Right.
starvation, and deprivation reduced the island to a wreck.
What's going to happen then? What's going to happen?
With tens of thousands
So I've got plenty of wood. I've ordered a Laird's Choice from Champlain Estates. I got a heap yesterday off a
supplies could only
arborist.
on heavily armed cruisers on the very waters that were now teeming with enemy forces.
For 20 quid, which is fine. So I just need to chop it up. I've got plenty of kindling, I'm getting stuff from a builder that I know.
Sicily and Corsica
So I've just got to like sort it all out. There's a lot of work in it. Don't think it's easy, it isn't really. Well, unless you just pay for it and,
torpedo boats
you know, pay.
constantly.
But, right, so let's see what's happening here.
Navy was back
Come on now, get going. Right,
By contrast, Britain's sea power was massively overstretched, and the floor of the Mediterranean Sea was littered with the wrecks of its convoys that the Axis powers had destroyed.
let's see, it's tricky, isn't it? Maybe if I use a fire lighter. Let's put a fire lighter in. I think that'll do the job. Let's get this fire lighter right in there. Right in there like that. Right, there it goes.
They'd have to pay to keep the
Fire lighter. See the difference with fire lighter? Wow.
Mussolini from ruling
Look.
the Med.
That's a fire lighter. Gee.
For 2 years,
See the difference with that?
the Navy had been supplying the
I think the problem sort of is I've run out of newspaper.
Italians and the Germans.
So
But they were both getting
if you've got plenty of newspaper, you shouldn't need fire
they
lighters.
were getting weaker because
Of course, I'm doing it from the bottom up method again. They say it's supposed to top down.
it was getting harder and harder to get them through.
Yeah, that's looking good.
March 1942.
So it's all starting to fall into place. So while we're here, we'll talk a wee bit about stress, fighting the climate claptrap. Yeah, it's very difficult, especially with me being an artist, because the general artist fraternity are taking on the climate crisis on board. It's a money spinner for them. So you cannot function in that world if you are not drinking the Kool-Aid, which I'm not, and because I cannot bring myself to be in a position where I don't believe something, and I can't go along with it. So I would say a lot of the arty types do believe it, the climate crisis. But obviously I don't believe there is a climate crisis, or certainly isn't one in Great Britain. The climate here is perfectly fine. and whatever we do isn't really going to affect things much. But it's going to affect us a lot, having to pay for all that stuff. So I had somebody today. I'm honing in my skills at debating. What I've got to learn to do is take out the emotional, like horrible comments. It just annoys people and they just fight back with their claws. So basically, I suppose you've really got to hit people with facts. Just tell them the facts. Let them work out the rest of it. You know. So, I mean, I got this woman. The air source heat pump thing is just ridiculous. You know. It doesn't stack up at all, and yet they want us to pay for it, and they want us to change to that. It's not going to happen. It's like a big joke. It's a bit like the EV thing. You know, and I had this woman, I said to her, you've been drinking the Kool-Aid. So she accused me of drinking the fossil fuel Kool-Aid. So I then went and pointed out to her that the corporations are all encompassing the green thing because it's a big money spinner. So she didn't tackle any, oh God, any of the issue. She just ignored everything I was saying to her. But sometimes that maybe works, you know.
Already a holder of a speed record, she was the biggest world tanker of her day. 9,000 tons and 500 feet long. She would be capable of carrying some 20,000 tons of fuel.
So there you go. It seems to be going. It's going. See that firelighter just made all the difference, eh? I mean, I could have done it without a firelighter probably. Probably needed a bit more cotton wool. So I suppose you could say to yourself, well, how much is cotton wool and how much is firelighters? That's a good point, you know. I mean, that cotton wool, I've just sort of got it. I didn't necessarily go out and buy it for this, and I haven't used it, so the fire's definitely going. Right. So I think we could probably shut the door now. It's just a case of just probably letting it burn a bit, and then we'll put a log on it. We'll get some more log-like logs, if you know what I mean. Things that look a bit more like something that's going to last a bit longer. And this is the first time I've lit it today. I didn't light it this morning. So I'll probably keep it going right through. You know, I mean, I've got that much fuel now. I might as well just keep it going.
39-year-old Captain Dudley Mason was more used to steering oil tankers through peacetime shipping lanes, but would now have to take one through the deadliest 1,000 miles of sea in the world.
Right. Right, so we've got going on here. Alright, there's a bit of kindling fell down. That really is going nice, isn't it? Should have cleaned the glass. Usually I try to do that every time I light it. There's not really much to do with the Chunel update. It's gone a bit sort of dead last couple of days. We're going to have a quick look at it. It's not really, I don't know, it got to 4,000 subscribers, 4,004, went up to 4,006, and went back down to 4,003 and 4 and 5 and 6. It's still kind of floating around there. I don't know, it's a really difficult thing to get a YouTube thing off the ground. Yeah, I don't know how. I think it needs some kind of magical quality, and maybe I'm not quite cutting it or doing it. You know, I'm quite happy the way it is. I don't exactly. It depends on your motivation for doing it. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. So is that why I do it? You know, so I'm not necessarily in it for no, for money, really. But I really was wanting it to assist with my art thing, you know. So I'm gonna have, because of the reasons I've gave you earlier, about the call it that boobies, about the fact that I'm not going to get anywhere in the orthodoxy in the art world. No, not when I'm fighting so outspoken against the climate crisis. It's just not going to happen. You know, unless I could just go and delete everything I ever said about it and not say anything about it, would be the only alternative. So I think I'm going to have to forget about that and just do my own thing and carry on and survive the way that I can. Because they ain't going to welcome me at all, and that's a fact, you know. So there's not really much going on here. Let's have a look. Published. Dashboard. Some reasonable comments. See, it's 4006. Started the Granada up today. I need to get rid of that coat. I actually totally understand. It looks terrible. It's the sort of coat I wear when I go out cutting wood and that. And, well, it was a good coat, but obviously it's not now a good coat. But it's so bad that I forget sometimes if I'm doing a video that I've got the bloody thing on and it looks terrible. But I don't really care that much about it, because at the end of the day, I'm just starting the car up and I'm out cutting wood. So I need to, I need to get myself looking a bit better, right? Sorry about that. So, not much going on. So really, I suppose we could have a look at the just have a go at what we're up against with the. So. It's basically this melony aired. My Canadian friends and family have all heat pumps. I was so warm when I was at August about being. Isn't heat pump, it's a greedy housing, so it's allowed, well, you know, without dated insulation. So basically, the problem we've got is we are in Europe, right? We're in Great Britain, and we've also got obviously Germany and France and all the rest of it. We've got gas, right? So we've got gas, and that's what we use. So to try and get rid of grass is just so stupid, it's unbelievable, you know. And they might not have gas in Norway, but they've got water, so they get cheap electricity. So it's all these different factors when you're talking about different countries. I don't know about Canada, right? I'll need to find out about Canada. So she's blaming the greedy housing industry. She's got a point, but I don't know. I don't know where she's standing with this, because the houses are being built by the housing industry, and they're going to incorporate these heat pumps and all sorts of nonsense, right? They're embracing the greed. What I was trying to get through to her, right? So I said to her, that is because they haven't got a gas network. So that would be the countries that she says are using heat pumps, no problem. They get almost free electricity. Here in UK, it's a very expensive option. Countries like UK and Germany have extensive gas networks in our low-lying countries. It works just fine. Why are we being forced to pay for this, and they expect us to change to electric car for no good reason? You are insisting I get rid of my very effective gas heating. Businesses are being forced out of business because of excess transport costs, etc. You're right, houses are not insulated properly. Houses need heat put into them one way or another. So really, to blame it on insulation isn't really cutting it, because you need to put the heat into them. Yeah, they need insulation, of course they do. You are drinking the Kool-Aid, and it seems we can't generate that electricity. It will be 50 years before we can. The current timeframes are utterly impossible. You're right about money-making corporations, but that's what the Green Initiative is being propelled by greedy corporations behind the green agenda. She totally ignores it all. I'm not insisting you do anything except stop drinking fossil fuel Kool-Aid. The mistake she's making is that everything is made from oil and transported from oil. Between, the wind farms, the air source heat pumps, it's run off oil. It's run off electricity, which is run off oil. And of course, some countries just run off water, but hydropower. They're just these people. I don't know what she's expecting, that we just get. She wants us to have heat pumps because she was in Canada and had heat pumps there. She hasn't got adequate information to come to her assertion. So the other guy, he's disappeared. Wow. He's deleted all his comments. Yeah, but I recorded it all. I recorded it all. There was one comment he deleted. He's deleted them all. That's interesting. Yeah, he's Bill Kennedy. Bill Kennedy. I think he's got skin in the game. Bill Kennedy. We'll see if he's blocked me. I think he's got skin in the game, as in, there he is. No, he hasn't blocked me. He's got skin in the game. He's deleted all his comments, but I recorded them, but I didn't record all of them because one of them was removed. I think he's involved with this. I think he's not saying on there what he does. Right, him there. He's that's the avatar. I bet he works for Scottish Government or something, or the Green Party or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so, he's in the Chunel update. You can see what he said. Well, we can see it. I don't really want to watch it again, but maybe, this one here. I mean, maybe it's a bit mean of me to use that. I mean, they're dirty bastards. What they're trying to ruin our lifestyle, and they want us to pay for it. That is the crime. It's a crime. City of Edinburgh Council.
Consultation to Edinburgh Local Heat and Energy.
That was a consultation.
So I was talking to this guy today.
Yeah, it's Bill Kennedy.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I cut him. You can't stand up and be counted.
what a weird conversation.
You can't stand up and be counted. It's quite interesting.
And
Brad, he's deleted
what
all
I
his
actually
comments.
realised this guy is Bill Kennedy, this man, right? That's him there. He lives in Edinburgh. He's actually a communist, right?
Okay.
When you really get down to it, when you get down to what, so the thing about the heat pumps and energy, blah blah blah, all that stuff, this Bill Kennedy, he's a communist.
Well,
And it
like everything he said is there. Whether he's a communist or not, that's, he maybe doesn't know he's a communist. He might. I think he's a communist, right? But so I apologised, and then the comment was missing. What he said was, he told me to, well, more or less get lost. I really did have him pinned up against the wall, so to speak. So he's ran away like a little boy. A frightened little boy, Bill Kennedy. Oh dear Bill. Your green revolution. Not everybody believes that crap. And I don't believe it. because it's not true. That's why I don't believe it. So anyway, maybe I'm going a
upset
bit.
me, and I'll tell you why it's upset me, because wow, look what he said. Oh, I know you believe you're right. The council are radical extremists, and I need to wake up.
See, I loved that. I loved. It was me that did the love
She
thing,
wrote that.
because
I
that
just
is,
feel-
he's saying that in a sarcastic way. Oh, I know you believe you're right. The council are radical, so I need to wake up. He's kind of saying that, but if you take it from what it says, he's actually admitting he's wrong. He's got skin in the game. You can't back down. Like what I couldn't do with the. I'll show you what it is. I'll show you what it is. I'll show you what we're talking about here. So I'm in the art world, right? Well, I'm an artist, right? But I'm not in the art world because I wouldn't be allowed in this world. There's Cabin, Scottish Borders. I used to go to these meetings when I lived down in the Borders. So here we go. So they're getting funding from funding streams, right? So all these people there, artists. They're all artists from Borders. They're on board with all that, right? They're going and look at them, they're tying each other up with string, right? I mean, I think the powerful position I'm in is I'm pretty much being me, and I can just get on with it. If people don't buy my art, fine, right? I'll go it alone. I think the best thing to do, and I'm not at all successful with this, but I have managed in other departments of my life, so and I am managing, but my art career is pretty crap, to be honest with you. But it's still a career, and I'm still invested in it, and I still believe in it. Go it alone. Stay away from these weirdos. You know, you're just a sponger when you get involved with that. That's my feeling. I can't really get involved with this. I'm a loner. I don't really. Maybe I am the real definition of an artist. You know, you just totally believe in what you're doing, and you don't capitulate to parasites and Kool-Aid shit. So here we go. So the Scottish Borders Springboard event brought together artists, cultural sustainability organisations, climate workers, right? Climate workers. You know, what the fuck's climate workers? Activists, local businesses, parasites. Climate workers. I mean, what is that? It's George Orwell, isn't it? Climate workers. You know? And you lot are artists. I've always known they're vacuous, always. So no, it's not new to me. And Cabin Scott Borders, river culture, driver. And Scottish Borders Climate Action Network invite you for an online follow-up meeting to reconnect and plan for the future. So this event will include a chance to introduce yourself. So you're getting involved with the Kool-Aid, and you're going to get money off the government, and that's how you're going to get in there. And the only way you can do it is by drinking the Kool-Aid. You know, Spurs. An introduction newly formed Scottish Borders Climate Action Network and connecting threads. A roundup of the Springboard event. You know, guest artist presentation. It's working creatively in response to the climate crisis. You know, even Mosher, she will also run an interactive creative workshop with us titled Future Imaginations. You don't have much imagination, hen. Developing future actions plans for creative cross-disciplinary actions. You know, they're parasites. Sorry, they are. I think I've went on about it. So it's the same in Stirling, but the same up here. So I'd rather be an outsider, an outliner, what do you call it, outlier. I don't want to get involved with this. I can't get involved with something I don't believe in. How could I go and do an artist talk there telling them that this is all rubbish? I mean, the funding would get stopped. I wouldn't get any funding. I'd get chucked out. It's incredible when you think about it, because you should be able to be free and say your bit in art, shouldn't you? Of all places. So the globalists have got the artists in the art world, but the majority of them will be useless anyway. Evan Mosher. Let's have a look and see. Evan Mosher. What's Evan? Who's Evan Mosher? Is that her name? Or its name or whatever? Environmental artist living in New York. Wow. And environmental artist. Gourdon. She's from Gourdon. I used to live in Gourdon. Well, I used to live near Gourdon, Aberdeenshire. Healthy communities. Environmental artist, using art and climate science to engage with community members, inspire agency in their climate music. High water line of public art project in Manhattan and Brooklyn. In a few short years, Eve Mosher went from being an abstract sculptor who cares about the environment to an artist making powerful, engaging a line made by flooding. Probably quite good, some of that stuff actually. Eve Mosher. Oh, I just can't. I don't believe in it. The artist is taking credit report to resolving. It's a money spinner, isn't it? Resolving climate injustice. You know what I mean? Wow. Science, studying the science. No, you haven't studied the science. Burrowing into the reports. Just the ones that the planet's warming. It's not warming. Seas that surround New York City would rise, known to flood once it is now 10 feet above sea level. Can't expect an inundation every 4 years. Well, we go build next to the sea, More she learned about climate change, the more she worried about how her city would suffer. She drew a chalk line 70 miles through Brooklyn and Manhattan, following a map. What city? She entitled High Water Line. New York's future on a warmer planet, a line of demarcation. This is climate alarmism. Parts of the city predicted to be underwater. She's since grappled with the climate crisis through participatory art, partnering with scientists, storytellers and communities from Miami to Honolulu to Bristol, UK. Her 10-year-old son has fallen off to become a climate striker in his own right. Wow. Now Mosher is collaborating with the Trust for Public Land on a new public art called Heat Capture to call attention to rising temperatures through Philadelphia neighbourhoods. Superstorm Sandy. I mean, a lot of that is like, when you're going to build on floodplains and, or build right next to the sea and, you're going to build in forests, you're not going to cut the trees down, or you're not going to clear the land, it's going to catch fire. There's all sorts of things like that. And then you turn around and blame it on the climate crisis. So what is the climate crisis? I don't understand why that Gourdon lives in Gourdon. Social resilience, stronger relationships, most some of the stuff. But I really believe that whatever happens to it won't be scientific breakthroughs or government bills that will make the most difference. So it's critically important. It'll be our relationship. Our relationship will see us through. I don't know where I'm getting why I'm in Philadelphia. You're really looking at extremist stuff here. Where so much change has been locked in already, guys. Whether we stop emitting carbon tomorrow, sea levels and temperatures will rise. Well, not necessarily. There's a lot to grapple with. Well, so why is this artist telling us that sea levels and temperatures will rise regardless of whether we stop emitting carbon? Then what's the point? What's the point in doing what you're suggesting then? If you're saying regardless of whether we stop emitting carbon tomorrow, sea levels and temperatures will rise, you're on a winner, aren't you? You're on a total winner. Climate alarmism. That's a lot to grapple with. You can't find all the answers for this in science or in the media. Well, you're not finding the answers because you're not looking for them. You just want, what do you call it? Art can create space to express this radical grief. This isn't necessarily just sadness, though it's important to be sad or mad even. Radical grief means recognising that future we might have expected for ourselves when we're growing up may no longer exist. We have to let go of it. And then let's start thinking really different, something the way to get generative. So walk in your neighbourhood with someone else, learn from each other, start brainstorming. That's what I said, brainwashing ideas. Art can be an integral part of our society's response to climate change. Art can show inspiration for what's possible and what's really true. God, that's appalling. She's basing her whole career on climate alarmism. Well, maybe it's me that's the idiot then. I don't understand why it says, where did it say Gurdon? Is that a different, oh that could be a different one. Oh no, it's R. That's Gurdon, that's really weird. It's going to ask me to log in here to LinkedIn. I hate LinkedIn. I met this woman at university and she was one of these climate alarmist types. And she was just crazy. And I got involved with LinkedIn. It's not letting me into LinkedIn. Deep passion for help, proven it for managing large productions and budgets. Gurdon, Scotland. She moved to Gurdon. So she'll get money off the, they'll give her money. Environmental art lecture at Borders College, October 2013. I was down there, yeah, that was probably before that. It's really interesting, but she's not really been studying. She's been studying the science that she wants, burrowing into reports. Nah, that's false. That's fake news. That's fake news. So what I'm not sure about is how she'll end up in Scotland, or was she from Scotland and went away and did art in America? Kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Right. Okay. Never mind. Right. Let's see how the fire's doing. Good luck, I suppose. Getting money off the government for taking part in a crime against the people is what it is. This was free wood. Yeah, I think it. Oh, that was free wood. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole there, didn't I? Yeah, I've always been like that. I've always been a problem child. I don't go with the orthodoxy. I never have. Never done that. That's probably why I'm on my own. Well, not quite, but almost. I do have somebody, but let's not go on about that. Right, and as in, I don't really, well, none of my children live with me, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. Can't maintain relationships. Although I have had one. Oh, shut up! Right. So that should keep going for a while then, and then I can liven that big log up with some sticks around about it. So thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. We'll get you in the next video. Bye! Bye, bus driver!